Hi guys, I'm Dylan. I'm the high school lounge and games room coordinator here at the San Pedro Boys and Girls Club, and today I'm going to be taking you through how to make your own puzzle. So today we're going to need a photograph for this project. I don't know if it's something that you maybe want to give to someone later on, if it's something for your parents, maybe it could be like your graduation photo, it could be a family portrait, it could be even like a really pretty landscape photo or a sunset picture, whatever you have. But you're gonna need to print it out. You can put it just on regular paper. It doesn't have to be fancy photo paper. And whatever size you decide to print, whether it's 9x12 or 8x8 or 4x4 even, like however small or big you wanna make it, just make sure you have enough cardboard, because that's the other item we're gonna need today is cardboard. So I chose just this standard sort of lunch tray cardboard that we have here at the club, and it's really nice because it's super thin and easy to cut. But whatever cardboard you have is gonna work. A pizza box works really well. So maybe if you have some of those laying around, I know I have some at my house. So you're gonna need some cardboard. You're going to need scissors. You're gonna need some tape, a glue stick, and a pencil. And last but not least, a photo. So I will show you what I chose today for my photo. This was something that I took. I actually took this photograph back in 2014 when I was working for the NFL Network, and I was covering the protests in Ferguson, Missouri after Michael Brown had been shot. It was such a sad time in history, and unfortunately it's repeating itself. But I thought that this photo would be very pertinent for today's world and what's happening, and I just thought it would be nice to honor everything that's going on. So I'm going to use this as my photograph, and once you have yours ready to go, we'll get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out our image. I'm going to cut mine. I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger than the 8x8 in case I need to trim it later. So the story behind this photo, a little bit more detail. I was in Ferguson, Missouri right after Michael Brown had been shot. I had traveled there because Aeneas Williams, who is a Hall of Fame cornerback, used to play for the St. Louis Rams back when they were still in St. Louis. He retired, and he had actually started a church. And he was a preacher in Ferguson, which is where he spent a lot of his time, which is right outside of St. Louis. And so I was doing a story on him and the protests and the unrest, and he was a really calming presence for the people of Ferguson, and he tried to help with people who were rioting, and he tried to help with the police. He was really trying to be a mediator for both sides.
No matter how bad this is, and it's horrific, right? Guess what? At some point, we're gonna have to get together, us, the police, and talk. I know you're upset, but listen to me, man. We'll never get anywhere if we just keep the anger. Okay?
It's a two-way streak on everything we do.
I agree. That's why I said, listen what I'm saying. That's why I said that. But in order for the two-way streak to meet, we gotta talk. Right. Both from both sides, because they're both sides to the experience.
I really respected him for what he did and what he continues to do. So I was actually at the protests when they were going on. This was on a Saturday night, and you can kind of see in the corner here, right down here, that's where the police officers were, and this guy, I got him on top of a car. It was quite a sight to see, and now that everything is happening again, it's just really time for us to come together and see the injustice and inequality that's happening in the world and try to make a difference. All right, so once you have your photo cut out, I went ahead and already undid my cardboard here so that you can kind of see the corners are spread out. I'm just gonna tape it together so that I have like an even base. And I'm going to size up my image on the cardboard. Now I'm going to take my glue stick, glue the back. We're gonna glue it to our cardboard. So, there we go. Okay. So now, I'm going to cut this. Cut it out so that only my image is showing and not the cardboard. So now that we have our our picture and our cardboard all cut, you can see it's still got the edges kind of going there. All right, so now we're gonna turn it over, and we take our pencil, and we're just gonna draw whatever kind of shapes we want. So you could, if you want this to be like an easier puzzle, you make them really big. If you want it to be a harder puzzle to put together, then you would make little jigsaw pieces. I'm gonna make this one pretty easy, so I'm just gonna kind of so you can see it's not a very elaborate pattern. It's very just squiggly, and there are going to be 5 pieces. Wait, 6 pieces, excuse me. So then I'm going to cut out my image. Both parts, you're gonna cut the whole thing. Okay, so we've got all of our different pieces here. I'll just re-glue this one. You might have to do that with a few of these just to reinforce the edges, but this will be fine for now. Okay, so then when you give it to whoever you want to give it to, you know, you can give it to them like this or in a box or something. And then they have to put it together. So I already know what this one looks like, so it's going to be somewhat easy for me. But I'm going to put it back together. Okay. And there we go. Now we have my puzzle, which is now back together. Turn it this way so you guys can see. Okay, so there you go. You can do it really with any photograph that you have. And it's kind of cool because, you know, it's something fun for you guys to maybe make for your friends or your family that they can put together with all this downtime we still have. But yeah, so choose whatever kind of photo you want. If you want to do a landscape, that one is usually a pretty safe bet for a puzzle because they're really pretty and easy to kind of see what goes where. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. That concludes this project. I hope you guys learned a little something. I would really love to see what photographs you choose for your puzzles. I'm really curious to see what sort of things that you guys want to, you know, cut up and put back together. And if you guys are going out and protesting, please be safe. Do it so that you're staying safe and healthy. Remember, we still have the coronavirus going on, so we want to make sure you're wearing masks and gloves and whatever else you need to stay safe. Just make sure you're doing everything you can to be peaceful and, you know, use your words. It's a very tumultuous time in our history, and it's going to be in the history books forever. And you know, we want to make sure we're doing everything we can to make positive change and impact in the world, and that's what we're trying to do. All right, thank you so much for watching, and have a great weekend.